When they say don't ride the manatees, they mean don't ride the manatees. Well, we goofed. By we, I mean me. Thought we were supposed to be swimming with manatees this morning, but actually it's tomorrow. So today we are over at Three Sisters Springs, the same place we were going to be swimming, but instead we're going to be walking around the trail. We'll get to see them from above and hopefully some other cool wildlife. I think tomorrow will be better anyway because it's going to be cold. Maybe do some kayaking later. So you may be asking yourselves, why have we come to Crystal River? Are manatees always here? Or are we just lucky? No, Crystal River is the manatee capital of the world from what I understand. They get manatees all the way over from Texas coming to visit in the winter. The warm springs put out water year-round that is 72 to 74 degrees. And believe it or not, looking at these very large animals, you would think they have a lot of fat and blubber like seals and walrus do, but they're actually only about 4 to 5% body fat, and they can't tolerate temperatures below 68 degrees for very long, or else they die. So whenever the water temperatures start to drop, they congregate in large numbers in these springs. Seeing them all together like this might make you think that these are a communal animal, but they're actually quite solitary. So a lot of the mating that happens actually occurs during the winter months when they're grouped up like this, because usually when they're out during the warmer months, they're by themselves and have chance encounters. They will breed year-round, but a lot of times it happens at these springs. You can see all the people snorkeling and kayaking around the manatees, and this is exactly why we decided to come in the winter, because this is the only place in the United States, at least, where you can swim with the manatees on purpose, not just have a chance encounter in the wild. I wanted to show y'all some aerial views from where we were standing. I don't own a drone yet, I'm not making money on this channel at the moment, but it's definitely worth looking at. It's super cool. This is Three Sisters Springs, one of the springs that makes this ecosystem possible. Underground rivers in Florida bubble up through the limestone in the ground, warmer than the surrounding waters because it's geothermally warmed and allows this type of ecosystem to exist. All right, it's about lunchtime, heading back to the car. Saw a bunch of cool manatees, some fish, lots of neat birds, and I'm so distracted. What did y'all think?
I think it was pretty fun.
Worth the drive?
Oh yeah. The open area is amazing.
Worth missing snow.
You're what? Worth missing the snow?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, we're gonna walk back and go see if we can find something cool and maybe just a little bit scary to eat. All right, kids, are y'all ready to do horrible things to this this food? The Crab Plant is a great local restaurant. It started out as a family fishing business. They added a market and eventually a restaurant, which you can see here. They've got lots of unusual food, frog legs, crayfish. We have some stone crab. I will say though, it is a little bit expensive and they are cash only, so be prepared. They do have an ATM on site though, if you need one. There we go. Well, we finally got our kayaks down here to where our communal boat dock is. We're gonna put in, this is Crystal River in the south end of the bay, and we're gonna try to paddle up, see if we can get close to the Three Sisters Springs where we were this morning. I don't know, various levels of experience kayaking and stuff, and we're all kind of tired from just dragging the kayaks down here from the house. But I was looking earlier, there's I can see some fish in here already, some snook and different things. So hopefully get some underwater shots. I thought I saw a manatee a minute ago. We'll see how close we can get. And I can't believe it's snowing at home and it looks like this down here. It's awesome. All right, we made it. We made it into the water. We're chaining up Jude behind me here, and head out into the bay. See what we can see. Jude, get that paddle wet. All right, we'll see if we see anything.
That's a bird. A bird, Daddy.
It's a bird on the floor.
A bird.
Guy.
Just chilling.
Are you a chill guy?
This guy.
Yeah, he's just a chill guy, man.
Just chiller.
Can't believe you let us get that close. Slow down, it says no wake, James, you're going too fast. You're going the wrong way too. I did not sign up for this. Dragging 2/3 of my party, or half of my party, behind me. And the wind's blowing against me. You probably can't even hear this because my microphone's wet. Oh my gosh. Whew. Just wanted to take a second and say that Crystal River is a perfect example of a community who saw a species, the manatee, and they built a community around that. There's so many jobs and businesses that have popped up because of this animal, and they've chosen not to just exploit it, but they've chosen to leave it free. They've chosen to make, I'm sure you saw the signs in the video, the no wake zones. There's only a few months out of the year where you can even go above 25 miles an hour in the bay, because they want to keep no wake. They want to keep things safe for the manatees. They don't want them getting hurt. And that's a really inconvenient thing for a lot of the fishermen and the crabbers and things who live here and make their livelihoods here. But from the people I've met and talked to, everyone loves these animals, and I don't think they consider it a sacrifice at all. I just think it's a great example of working together with wildlife rather than just taking advantage of it. So you should check it out. People occasionally ask me how they can help the channel, and I tell them subscribe, like, tell your friends, but also if you go on vacation, you stay at an Airbnb and they have YouTube, subscribe on their channel as well. All right, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Lead it and then try and hit it. It'll just ignite it.
Mike's gonna hand you a Mike's gonna hand you
Oh, and this your first one of the day?
Yeah.
I'll wake you up. There ain't no
I chose to use Crystal River Manatee Adventures as our charter for going out and snorkeling. I'd seen good things about them online, some other people having referred them, and I tell you what, Sean and Captain Mike did a great job. Sean was in the water with us. He was very attentive to the kids, more attentive than I was, honestly, because I was so distracted by the manatees. He was, on it, knew when they were getting too cold and was ready to bring them back to the boat. Can't say enough good things about this crew.
You just slide your hands under the water and it will turn you.
The night before it had rained and the temperature had dropped by nearly 20 degrees. And as we started snorkeling toward the springs, you could get fleeting glimpses of the manatees, a tail here, a back there. And you could feel them pushing you in the water column, not with their bodies, but with the wake that they would make as they would pass by you. Slowly, the water began to clear as we neared the spring, and this world that we have never experienced before began to open up to us. Just the immense manatees and just how gentle and graceful they seemed in their natural habitat. Childhood dream for sure. I'm just doing it later than them.
Nothing wrong with that. I got it.
For all my younger viewers, I have one fun fact for you here. Unlike fish who have a swim bladder, manatees aren't able to maintain their buoyancy in the water column by normal means. They eat a lot of grass. That's pretty much their entire diet, which makes a lot of methane and gas, which pushes them to the surface. So in order for them to stay neutrally buoyant, guess what they do? That's right, they fart. Some of the manatees you'll notice have barnacles growing on their skin. Those are the ones who spend most of their time in the ocean, compared to some of the locals who spend their times in the bay, who have more algae growing on their skins, which you can see some of the fish trying to eat on in some of these clips. Overall, they have pretty terrible vision. They can only see maybe a couple of feet in front of their faces, which is why you see them bumping along the bottom, knocking into each other and rocks. However, they do have fine hairs on the outside of their bodies, which allow them to detect heartbeats up to 6 feet away, which is pretty cool. It's hard to know the exact percentage, but I heard numbers ranging as high as 90% of manatees have scarring from some type of human interaction. Whether that's a boat strike, getting caught in a net, even something as simple as nails on your dock. You can see several examples of this type of scarring throughout the video. It's important to note that even in these places of such beauty, they won't stay that way unless we each do our part.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how well you can hear me, because my microphone's been under the water this whole time. But this is absolutely incredible. I'm sitting right here. There's a manatee 2 feet from me. I'm just sitting on a rock. There's no fear. They're just doing their thing. Most of the people seem to be behaving themselves. You can't help sometimes. The water's a little bit cloudy today in some spots. You can see how clear it is though, where it comes right out of the spring. It rained last night. But they are just incredible. And they're not, like I said, they're not afraid of you. I'm more afraid of them because I'm trying not to get in their way. If they're trying to come up to breathe, I don't want to freak one out or anything like that. Kids are heading back to the heated boat to go get some hot chocolate because they have a little lower body mass than I do, so they can't quite take the temp. But yeah, I mean, how can you beat this? I know there are some people who are going to think I'm making this up, but the entire time I was there, I kept watching this one little baby who was back behind the barrier, so I couldn't get closer to it, and I kept hoping it would come over to where I could interact with it. I kept waiting and waiting, and eventually I was rewarded. Honey, I'd love to say this kiss meant nothing, but I just can't do that. To anyone who's still watching, thank you so much. You're awesome. If you are still watching and you're not subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. If you're still watching and you are subscribed, hit that like button. With the weather warming up, we're going to be doing some more videos. I've got a wetsuit now and a snorkel with the GoPro attachment, so I'll be able to do some of that type of thing. Big thanks to James and Jude and my daughter Ray for going and helping out with this video. James and Jude also have their own YouTube channels, which I will try to figure out how to link in the description of this video. Feel like helping someone out, just go over and click subscribe on their channels. They make some fun little short videos here and there. Until next time, y'all be looking.